Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Dogs, cats, people with pets, people without pets, people that love wrestling, people that like it. You are now tuned into the Wrestling Podcast live from, I kind of missed the Thunderdome. Just a little bit. Just a tad bit. Nobody misses the Thunderdome but me. Okay, cool. 808s and chair shots. I am your host, Jeff, joined as always by my co-host, Neek, and the lovely Miss Wakanda Lisa Rice. Say what's up to the people.
I
Hi.
Hola.
He got his hat on. Everybody's good. Andrew got hurt. Everybody's good. All right. All right. You can follow the show at 808s and Chair Shots on the Instagram and the Facebook. It's 808s Chair Shots on the X or Twitter. And coming soon to Threads. I think I'm going to set the Threads account up and the TikTok so we can get the TikTok rolling since we're doing visuals now. All right. Yeah, follow the show. Our personal pages. We talk about wrestling a lot of bit, but follow the show. Interact with the show. You get us there. All right. How was you guys' week,
Matter of
man?
fact,
Oh,
talking about the show. Um, we got Evil Tommy abducting Rufus Lala right now. So yeah,
yeah, it's a lot going on with them, man. I give them this. They kayfabe. They are really keeping me captivated with this. Back to the story. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Shout out to them.
Evil
But hopefully
Tommy,
she's safe.
Evil Tommy. Hoodoo Evil Tommy, bring her back, please, sir.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Cool. All right. So since this is our first show of 2024. Um, while we were gone, on our weekly break, a lot happened. The Great One returned to Monday Night Raw. Gotta love that. First show of the new year. Said he wants to sit at the head of the table. He wants to go grab some dinner after the show and see if he wants to sit at the head of the table. Let's talk about it, man. Start with you, Ms. Andrew. How'd you feel about seeing the Great One, the Rock, back on Monday Night Raw?
I mean, I'm not excited,
Okay.
not because it was predictable. Like we already knew it was gonna happen. I'm just
Okay.
I'm over that part of wrestling, the parts where we already know it's gonna happen.
Okay.
Like it was predictable. Because we already know it's gonna happen. We don't know when it's gonna happen, but we know it's gonna happen within the next 4 months. Rock versus Roman. So yeah, I don't know. He seemed kind of winded after
Okay.
laying down the whoop ass on Gender,
Yeah.
but hopefully by the time that's probably why I don't think it's gonna happen at Elimination Chamber. If he's really gonna get in the ring, if The Rock still has the type of work ethic and I guess what is it, like a standard of excellence, I guess. If he still holds himself to those same standards, he'll probably want to be in ring shape.
Yeah.
So we'll probably get it at WrestleMania. I don't know, but I mean, if he's like, I don't know, I need more than that to get invested in it at this point. That's just me though.
He was a little winded there. I follow The Rock on the social medias. He hits the gym pretty early. Don't see him doing a lot of cardio though. A lot of clanging and banging with the weights, but not a lot of cardio. It showed, definitely showed, because that spine buster and a couple of punches and everything. My dog was breathing hard, but but so I must be the only person that did not know about this until I think I sent it in our group message for the pod. I sent it like I thought I was telling y'all something. Both of y'all like, yeah, we kind of know, dude. Like, where you been at? Like, oh shit, all right, my bad.
I
So
mean,
it was
they've
just
been
me.
leading up to it
Yeah.
from it's been speculated.
Yeah. So I didn't I think I sent that message about what 30 minutes before the show kicked off. Like I thought I was, saying something that was brand new. But anyway, Nick, what you got, bro?
First of all, Pasadena was up the street.
Okay. He was
He
there.
was literally up the street.
Yeah, he was at the thing for
He
the
was
national
with
championship.
ESPN talking about the USFL, the UFL now.
That's right.
So once
That's
I
the
saw
second
that
time.
for the Rose Bowl, I was like, yeah, he's gonna make an appearance.
That's the same thing that happened on SmackDown when he was at
Right.
Colorado for Dion, and you got it. Okay.
So I wasn't
Duh.
surprised,
Okay.
but seeing Gender was kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but other than that, we know what it's building up to. It doesn't need the belt, so yeah.
Wait, you said something there. It doesn't need the belt. So are you saying that's a loaded statement? So are you saying if it happens, Roman is going to lose the title before it happens?
I think, yeah, because it doesn't need the belt. It literally is one of them matches that you don't need the belt for. So I'm going with that.
We talked about this before.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
So
It
don't
doesn't
need the
need the
belt.
belt. Yeah. But we also said that that means Roman's wrestling twice. Like he'll wrestle Saturday night and Sunday night. Is that are we still sticking with that, or we think Elimination Chamber because it being, I believe it's in Prague, I believe, because it's the first uh, uh, PLE there that they're going to do have a big splash and have Roman lose the belt there. Is that what we're saying?
No. If
Okay.
Roman is gonna lose the belt, it's probably gonna be at the Royal Rumble, or he's gonna do double duty at WrestleMania. He loses the belt night 1 and faces The Rock night 2. He's not losing it at like an elimination chamber. Like he's not losing it at something that's not one of the big 4.
Got it. Got it.
Makes sense.
Got it. Because I feel like I heard something. I was listening to a pod earlier while I was at the gym, and they were saying, I think it's called Cheap Heat I was listening to, but they were saying if Roman has the belt and he faces Rock, you already know Rock is losing because there's no way he's getting the belt at this point in his career.
Very
So
true.
I get that. I agree with you guys on that. That makes total sense. Are we so Andrew? I know you said you're not excited about the build up to it, but the match though. You excited for
No,
the
I
match?
mean I'm saying I wasn't excited about that appearance because I
Right,
already
right,
know
right,
what's
right.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
But the actual match, I mean, it's WrestleMania season.
Get
What like it the whole thing is excitement. Like what? I don't
it.
understand the question.
So last thing about this. Is it night? Does it we all agree that it's WrestleMania. Is it night 1 main event or night 2 main event?
2.
2. What you got?
Yeah, probably night 2. Because Royal Rumble winner is getting that's
Night
already
1.
one main event.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, they get night
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Royal Rumble winner is night 1, and then Rock versus Roman night 2.
Okay. Got it. Speaking of Royal Rumble, let's talk about it. It's coming up. I think I've shared this on the show before. Royal Rumble is my favorite PLE. Just the concept of it. Of course, nothing in wrestling is bigger than Mania. I think we all agree on that. But as far as
Mhm.
personal favorite, the Rumble is my personal favorite. So Nick, we'll get going with you. What are, if you had to guess, right? Of course, we don't know. Give me 1 or 2 possible surprise entries you think are happening, men's and women's rumble, if you had to guess.
Naomi comes back.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, they have done it where a TNA person has come in the Royal Rumble
Mhm.
with Mickey James. What was it, a year ago?
2. It was 2 years.
Yeah,
2 years
about a
ago?
year or 2 ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that can happen with Naomi.
Okay.
I don't have anything
Yeah.
for the men.
Okay. Andrew, what you got?
As far as surprise entrants go, that's not something I really thought about. To
Mhm.
be completely honest, because I'm going to be there live
There we
in
go. That's what I
person.
wanted to hear.
Yeah,
That's what I wanted to hear.
it's the same day as Gasparilla. It's gonna be a very busy day here in Tampa.
Uh-huh.
Um, so I don't have any expectations. I'm just going in it with no expectations. I want to be surprised. I want to enjoy the show. I'm gonna act like I don't know what's going on.
That's
I
the
want
best
to
way
be
to do
surprised. I don't want to speculate. I want to be surprised.
it.
I can tell
I'm
you
gonna
what I
send you a
don't
Red
want.
Bull.
Okay. What do you not want?
I do not want CM Punk to win. Like that is my only expectation or requirement. Like, cause he doesn't need it. He doesn't need it. Let him win at the Elimination Chamber or something, but he
Okay.
does not need the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Let like a up and comer or somebody who hasn't had the career that he's had. Let somebody else win that.
I like that. The only thing is, if we're being honest, it has to be either him or Cody, right? Because here's the thing, right? We're pretty sure Cody is going to he's got to finish his story. And then we know Punk is going to get set. So unless some between now, we don't know, but the thought, the easy, if you're gambling, the money is Punk and Seth. So unless somehow Seth loses the belt between now and then, I think the safe money is CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble. I know you don't
Question.
want to see it. Okay, go ahead.
Question. It's kind of off topic, but still
It's all
kind of
good.
goes into what you're talking about. So we've WrestleMania has been 2 nights for the last 4 years now?
Since the pandemic, yeah.
Okay. So how do y'all feel about getting repeat main events back to back for WrestleMania? Because we had Cody versus Roman last year, and like you said, we most likely gonna get that again so he can finish his story. I don't know how I understand that storyline wise, but I personally just I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because I don't think we've done that at any other pay-per-view or any other WrestleMania, really. Because that's 2 nights, that's 2 opportunities to give you something different.
Right. Didn't we have Brock and Roman a couple of times, like back to back? I'm almost sure, but I could be wrong about that. I agree. Here's the thing. Me personally, I would prefer it not be Cody. Like I love Cody. I think he's dope. I don't need him as the champion. I just don't. Like, but I know that's how it's going to play out, right? Well, I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to play out because you held off last year, and now he's even more over than he was then. You have to eventually give it to him. So yeah, I'm not sure. Like I agree with you though that seeing the same main event 2 years in a row can be taxing. But the thing that helps it is the Rock element. Because if you're putting Rock on Sunday night, that's the one that's going Monday morning when it's over with. That's the one that's going to be on every news outlet. Good Morning America, Today Show, Sports Center, local news, the Times, everything is going to have The Rock in the ring in front of 60,000 people. All the flashing lights, everything. That's what's going to happen. So I don't know. Any normal year, I agree with you. I just think they've kind of backed themselves into a corner. But I hope you're right. I hope it's not coming. Like, I don't think everybody deserves a WrestleMania moment, but I don't know if it has to be him beating Roman this year. Nick, what you got?
I'm just here to watch wrestling, as far as I'm concerned. So a repeat will not phase me at all. But I understand what y'all coming from, though.
So now back to the original one. I think as far as surprises, I think Brock Lesnar is a surprise. Um, no one has talked about him. We know big 4-time Brock's going to have a Mania match. We know that. Like there's pretty much a given. So I think Brock comes back. I think we have an Omos sighting in the Royal Rumble. And I hope you're right, Nick. I hope there's a Trinity Fatu or a Naomi sighting as well. That would be great. Any thoughts on Andrew? I know you said you want to kind of just experience it. Nick, you have any thoughts on who wins the women's version of the Royal Rumble?
That's a tough one too, because if this Bailey thing don't go out the way it goes out, I would like to see Bailey win it.
Yeah, my whole setup.
I think Bailey will. Yeah, Bailey looking like my pick for right now.
Okay. Bailey's a good pick. To be honest, I'm not sure. I haven't really gotten fully, unfortunately, I haven't gotten fully immersed in this one. I know I would love to see Bailey win. I'm a big Bailey fan. Um, I do think this particular lineup, because of the younger talent, um, for them to get to the 30 wrestlers, I think this has the opportunity to be the better of the two matches, though, if I'm being honest. But speaking of women's talent, let's talk about someone who was rumored to possibly be making a return and that return be at the Royal Rumble, but apparently that's not a go. Mercedes Moné, I think is a show favorite. Nick, you got a follow up or update on what's going on with her?
But what I've been hearing has been in and out with AEW. It was rumors she was supposed to come back last week.
Mhm.
That didn't happen. There's rumors she's supposed to come next week. It's just a lot of rumors, and usually the AEW rumors are on point because somebody leaking them exactly knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
So, but this is kind of weird because whoever leaks their information on a constant basis is always right and always on the money. But this time it's been kind of like a back and forth. So I think this is going to be solved either at their next big event. I don't know. Is it World's End? World's End already happened, didn't it?
That was the New Year's
That,
weekend.
that happened already.
Yeah.
So whatever their next event is probably when it's going to happen. It's not going to happen on their TV show at all. It's going to happen in this big event.
Knowing Tony to be on the TV show. Andrew, what you got?
So her being back in WWE, y'all said that's a no-go, right?
As of right now, the rumor
For
is
now.
the contracts. They said the same thing about CM Punk too, right? If we're being honest.
Mhm.
But the rumor is the contract talks broke down, and yeah, and AEW swooped in. Rumor.
Ooh. What do I think? I think a lot of things. I think maybe she should go where she will be valued. I think she should go where they will pay her. Because we know WWE can afford her. Tony Khan possibly could afford her.
Mhm.
However, will she get the booking that she deserves in AEW? Like that's what I've mentioned that before when we talked about this. Is I don't think she'll get the booking she deserves in AEW. I think she could get both in WWE. However, even though it's been what, a year or two since her and Trent left. So I think that maybe
Close to 3. Well,
yeah,
definitely two. Yeah.
yeah. So kind of like CM Punk, maybe hell could freeze over. But it still seems like a lot of people feel so raw about how they left and how they left. But still, like, look at what happened when they left. Like nothing changed with the women's tag title division.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would love to see her back in WWE because I know she'd get booked well. I know she'd be able to keep up. I know she has people there who can keep up with her. But like I say, go where you're valued, go where you're loved. Y'all see what happened with Athena. So, hey.
So I'm glad you mentioned that because to me, you said something really, really powerful there. You said go where you're loved, go where you booked right, and go where you paid correctly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there's a situation where she gets both.
Why?
Good question. She left WWE, tag titles, her and Naomi with the tag titles, and that was the thing about basically the tag titles not being booked properly, et cetera, et cetera. The thing is now she comes back, she's probably going to be a singles wrestler. Yeah, her name is huge, and Sasha Banks being back is going to get her back in the spotlight, no doubt. But I do think she's going to look around and see that it's a different day there now, and she may not be, to us, she's going to always be higher on the totem pole. But I wonder if she'll get treated like Bayley, because Bayley should be higher up on the totem pole than what she is, but she doesn't get that treatment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then you go to AEW. Tony Khan can pay her, but they have not shown any competency with the women's division at any time to where he'll be able to handle a star like her. Because to me, I've said it on here ad nauseum, this is the move that helps save your company, right? If you bring her in and then somehow have a way to where Athena and Mercedes Monet are having a match, or whatever, however you want to do it. I know it's Ring of Honor, but seriously, you find a way. It's like if you're drafting NFL players, NBA players, like you draft a franchise quarterback. That's your franchise quarterback for your women's division. But does he understand it enough to where he can build a women's division? That's been his problem, amongst other things. Twitter fingers be damned. I just
Y'all know
wonder.
that man can't take advice.
I know, and I said this on another on Full Sport Press, but I said that someone asked me what is my prediction in 2024 about wrestling. I'm glad you said that. I said if he doesn't get people around him, it's not about the money or anything like that, because I mean they're the Khan family. But if he doesn't get people around him who can kind of coach him a little bit, AEW might be gone by 2025. And that's not an exaggeration. Not because they can't keep it afloat, is because why would you continue to lose money every quarter like they're doing with no signs of it going the right way?
It's not just money either. He need a crisis person. He need a press team. He needs somebody
Everything.
with some experience in
He
the.
needs a fucking team,
He needs
all ends.
He
Mhm.
needs the same person that was tweeting for Vince, because we know damn well that wasn't Vince tweeting. He needs the same person that's tweeting for Vince, because when he's just tweeting like tune in to TBS for Collision or tune in for when he's just doing that, that's what you do as a business person. And you may interact a tad bit, but I shouldn't feel like he does not have that aura of I'm running a multi-million-dollar company. And I'm a billionaire running a multi-million-dollar company. Not saying you're supposed to be an elitist or you're better than people or nothing like that, but there's a certain way you carry yourself when you are running a multi-million-dollar company and you are a billionaire yourself that he does not exude, and that's terrible, 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 terrible. Sorry again on my soapbox, but I want
No.
AEW to be successful, because to be honest, the reason why WWE is so hot right now is because they have somebody, even though they're far in the review, they have somebody to even pay attention to in their review. Because they know if we slip up and let somebody go, or somebody, if we don't do somebody right, they can go there and get hot, or vice versa, right? So they know that's a possibility. So they're doing things the right way, building a mid card, having to where you care about the Intercontinental Championship, the US Championship. Hell, the tag team division just got AOP back. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're doing things to where it matters for all things, because they're being pushed. So I want AEW to be successful, but dude is just dropping the ball left and right now, and it's tough to watch. Speaking of dropping the ball, let's talk about somebody else whom at one time, to me, it took me a while to come around on this gentleman, but by the time I got there, he had the world in his palm. And I think he was as Michael Jordan once famously said, the ceiling was the roof for him. That's there was a new Velveteen Dream. Well, no. What's his real name?
Patrick Clark.
Patrick Clark. There's a new Patrick Clark video that dropped today, like a mixtape. Dropped this with like a mixtape.
Wait, there's another video?
I know there was one. There was one when he's standing outside that's pretty long.
One was
Yeah.
a apology video, and the other one is just like a highlight tape.
Okay, I
Jesus.
have not seen the highlight reel. I've seen the apology and parts of it.
Yeah, it was pretty lengthy, so I only watched a little bit of it. So Nick, we'll start with
Yeah.
you. What you saw both? What do you think about
First of all, this shit is too late for that.
Oh wow, okay.
No offense.
Yeah, I got
I'm-
you.
When everything was coming down on your head,
Yeah.
when it was raining on this man's head, he said nothing.
Yeah.
He made one little tweet, and that was it.
Yeah.
And we didn't see him. He was gone. For me, if you wanted your job, if you wanted to do something and make people say, okay, let's just be real. Wrestling promotions don't give a fuck about people's, foregoings. They don't care. If you make them money, that you right back on there.
Yeah.
We seen
Okay.
that before.
We saw it over Christmas break too.
Exactly. So it's just one of them things like
I'm sorry, Nick. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Damn it, Andrea. Damn it. I owe you 2 Red Bulls, Andrea. I owe you 2. Um, I think it's one of them things like, bro, you could have easily just said what was going on, been more open and honest, and then boom, you probably still be there. But by the time it went down, he was too deep. Nobody heard. This is the first time people seen this man. What, 2, 3 years?
Yes,
Yeah, just about.
just about.
Yeah. So
Just about.
to me, it's a little bit late for their apology at this point.
Andrew, you got go ahead. I'll say mine.
I don't know how I feel about it. I mean, it was obvious to me listening to the apology, and this was my perspective on it, and it kind of goes back to what Neek was just saying, that like make this it might be too late. But for me, it kind of seems like, as far as getting his job back, it might be too late.
Mhm.
But to me, he sounded like a more clear-headed, a more level-headed, a much less arrogant person than he was when everything first went down. So this is something that I don't think, like, if he would have apologized like this back then, it would have came off as fake because it would have been fake. This feels
Ah.
genuine.
Your point.
This feels genuine. He's talking like he's somebody who has matured. With that being said, I don't know, because to me, it's obvious. Like, yes, he might be genuine, but this was done because he wants his job back. You could tell from how he talk and how he carry himself. He wants to be a wrestler. Like, it's in his blood. As far as getting his job back, I don't know if that's gonna happen right now, especially with what he was accused of. And let's remember, he's accused. Like, there's been all types of rumors flying back and forth about whether or not it was real or not, whether it was actually him, all kinds of stuff. But then also too, the allegations aside, he had like real life heat with people that he worked with.
Yep.
So, I mean, as talented as he is, as much as I would like to see him back in a ring again, just purely for entertainment, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the show called The Wire, and they would talk about, like, if you make a mistake, you got to have a rabbi, there's somebody that's gonna come put their arm around you and walk you back up to the chain of command and say he's a good guy, or he's a good, he's a good lady, she's a good lady. Like, give him another shot. I don't know if he has that person inside the offices at WWE.
Right.
I agree with you 100%. And I'll say something that may be a little controversial, but if you look at the allegations that he faced, I don't know if they were, I don't think they were ever proven. I don't think he ever did any jail time, any kind of convictions, right?
Yeah,
But
like the WWE said they did an investigation and they said they didn't find nothing.
right. I remember that. I remember that was first. Before they
Yeah.
even let him go,
Uh,
they said they didn't find anything. Yeah. They held
And
on to him.
so-called, I mean, and the victim said that they never interviewed him as well too. Remember that too.
Yeah.
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 So
So we don't know what to believe.
so this may be controversial, but I promise you I'm coming from a good place with this. With those allegations, he couldn't be that same character he was trying to portray. Like, if you remember his character, not saying it was one way or the other, but just saying how his character was, you couldn't have those allegations on your jacket being that type of person. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just me. And to me, the character is what made him so dope. He's a great wrestler. I haven't seen the highlight technique. I'm pretty sure he still got it because he's a young guy when this all was going down, which was the hardest part about it, because he was so young and so talented. He had everything in front of him that he was going to be there for a while. I watched the apology. I agree. If he did this same apology whenever this went down, it would have seemed fake, would not have seemed genuine. To me, this seemed, this seemed like he was coming from a great place. It was stripped down. It wasn't a production. You know what I'm saying? It was just him talking to his phone, maybe on a tripod. I couldn't tell if somebody was holding it was on a tripod, but it's just him talking to his phone. And that's dope. and I hope he continues to rehabilitate himself. I hope he when I say self, his image. I don't know if WWE is gonna be the place for him. I can see it being an Impact, ROH, something like that. Nick, what did the highlight tape look like? You saw it.
I saw a little bit. He still has his moves. He's still great shape and still good. I mean, he's still there when it comes
Yeah.
down to the wrestling part of it. It's just, is somebody going to skip over the other stuff that he's been through and get that guy back in the ring?
On the highlights, was he Velveteen Dream or was he himself? Like, what was he doing?
I think it was a little bit of both.
Okay. So he's doing, so safe to say he's doing indie shows there, right? As
Yeah.
Velveteen.
Probably doing indie.
That was gonna be my next question because I'm just like, I know for him, because he seems like a WWE guy through and through. Like he seems like if he'd have had the opportunity, he would have been like a company guy.
Yeah.
So my question was gonna be, because it's been what, 3 years going on now, maybe
Mhm.
close
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
But my next question was gonna be like, why hasn't he tried to go anywhere else? Is it because nobody wants to touch him, or is it because he's been taking time for himself? Because even after all of this, he did have some run-ins with the law, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
So
I think
I
it's
think
all
it
of
was
that.
both.
what's his next
All of
move?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
All of
think
it.
he had a lot to get under wraps, for lack of a
Yeah.
better word. And I think that's what led to such a genuine apology, right? Because
Mhm.
you talk to people, not saying he's an addict or like that, but you talk to people who have addictions, or people who gotten past addiction, and they say stuff like, I had to hit rock bottom, but I had to know I was at rock bottom. You can hit it before you know there, but you had to know I was at rock bottom before I made changes. And I think for him, looking around and seeing his peers still there, making people, still entertaining people, and going out and possibly, if we're being honest, if he's going out and doing indie shows and still seeing the reaction that he gets, I bet you there's like, man, I gotta get my life together,
Mhm.
right? Because
Absolutely.
I'll be honest, if I was an indie wrestling promoter and I had a budget and I can get Velveteen Dream to come to my wrestling show at the local high school, guess what I'm doing? I'm figuring out a way to take out a second mortgage, shit like that, and pay for Velvet, because I know people go, because he's young. He's not like you paying for Brutus the Barber Beefcake to do one last match, or Gangrel or somebody like that. Yeah, these people have names, but they passed their prime. I'm getting Velveteen Dream still in his prime, just made some mistakes to come to my local. Man, I'm doing that, right? Allegations be damned. So I get it. I hope he gets another shot. Prayerfully, whatever happened, I hope it was not as egregious as the accusations were. And if they were, I hope he got the help that he needed where it never happens again. I guess the best way to say it, right? Thoughts and prayers. Let's move on. That was deep. We're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna do hit my theme music as we always do here, but we're gonna put a little twist on it. Nick, you got this.
In today's Hit My Theme music, let's go back to the 2000s real quick. Real quick to the 2000s.
Okay.
Do you remember the album WWF Aggression?
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically came out a day after my birthday, March 21st. Priority Records was in charge of it, and they had the theme music for everybody, and mostly rap music, rap artists,
Rap versions
all the
of
themes.
yeah. Okay.
Jam Master Jay and Rockwilder were the main two producers of the whole album.
Okay.
Jim Johnston, the legend, he helped as well. And I realized when I was looking it up, some of the other people that were also producers as well. R.A. the Rugged Man. I did not know that. Dame Grease.
Angry.
I did not know that. They had some very good producers on this one. And if you want to know what the artist that was there, Run DMC, we all know that, doing D Generation X.
Ah, okay. I got you.
Mankind was done by Kool Keith and Old Dirty Bastard. The Rock was done by Method Man.
I remember that one.
Snoop Dogg and Dub C did Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm gonna look this up.
C Murder did Gangrels.
I remember that. I remember C Murder doing Gangrel. I do remember that. It's Priority Records. No Limit was on Priority at the time, so that makes sense. All right.
And my favorite one, Pimpin' Ain't Easy by Ice-T, doing The Godfather.
That's just spot on. Only thing missing from that is a guest verse by Snoop, and you'd have been perfect at that point.
Yep, that would have been the perfect C-Way, right? Perfect track right there.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
before I hit my theme music, WWF Aggression, the album. I think it went gold, I think.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna check that out. That's gonna be my gym music for tomorrow. And to continue with our little twist of things, we have a What You Say, but with a little twist. You have the floor.
So I'm going to do what you say, but I'm going to do it my way.
There we go.
I have a list and we are open for discussion.
Okay.
This is a list of moments that either one should not have happened.
Should not have happened. Okay.
That's a lot of those.
Yeah. 2, would never happen today.
Oh boy. Okay.
Or 3, went wrong in some kind of way. How many things are on this list? 5, 6. 6 things in no particular order.
Okay. Okay.
The first was when Gangrel was supposed to be hanged or hung by the Ministry of Darkness. They actually started choking him for real and he could have died.
That
Did y'all
never
know
should have
that?
happened.
That never should have happened. Exactly.
And what happened now, it never should have happened.
That's all the above. That's a bad idea from Joe.
Oh, the answer is D.
All
Never
the
should have
above.
happened.
Yeah.
Never should have happened.
Okay.
This next moment, we talked about this a couple episodes back,
Okay.
but this one was just maybe a bit too much for primetime television. But Glock Anderson, this is pro wrestling. What do you need a Glock for? Why, of all the things, put it to his forehead? Like, come on now. Why do you need a gun? Why do you need a gun?
That should have never happened.
Should've
Hilarious.
It should have never happened, but it was great.
It was great though.
It was great.
That should not have happened.
That was great.
That was great.
Which leads me to, I believe, don't quote me on this, but I think he might have been the first one to do something like that. But when Brian Pillman pulled that gun on Stone Cold,
Yeah.
that should have never happened.
But it
Should
was
have never
great,
happened.
though.
And that can never happen in
Well, it
2020.
can work now,
Never
though.
happened.
Yeah.
It can work now.
No.
No, it cannot.
No,
What do you-
Can't
no,
work
no,
now.
no, that cannot work.
In
Now.
this gun crazy society,
No.
It would make sense, but it would not work.
WWE is a publicly traded company now with a merger, $1 billion merger, and you want Brian Pillman from his home with Stone Cold trying to break into his house to pull a gun. No, it's not happening in 2024. No way, not at all.
I can see them using that and saying it's a stand your ground law.
Next.
All right. So, in a completely different vein, something that just was a lot more lighthearted, but it should have never happened.
Okay.
But when Baron Corbin dumped that dog food on Roman Reigns, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
That was just unnecessary and
Yeah, it's
stupid.
unnecessary.
But then
Yeah.
we got to.
But how else would we
have to
have
win with that
gotten?
now.
How else would we have gotten a tribal chief though?
That led
Yeah,
us
that's
to
what I'm saying. But we got the tribal chief
Yeah.
coming in.
Yeah. Baron Corbin.
At
needs to
least
be thanked.
something good came of that.
Yeah, you're right.
And then these last two are not. I don't know.
Let's see.
Vince McMahon's Kiss My Ass Club could never happen in 2024.
hear me out.
Oh, you think so?
No. It cannot happen in 2024, but it was good for the time. And I'm not saying it never should have happened because it made
Okay.
sense. It just can't happen in 2024 at WWE.
Okay.
Now,
All
in
right.
like NWA or some shit like that, where they snorting coke on pay-per-view, it probably can happen there. You know what I'm saying? But not WWE.
All right, because when I made this list and I wrote it down, the segment I thought of was when he was gonna make Trish Stratus do it, and then The Rock stopped him. I was just like, yeah, you couldn't did that.
You can't.
Not in the year of our Lord 2024, you could
No,
not.
no. Not on national TV. You can't even make that joke as a comedian. Like,
Ooh.
what is wrong with you, dog? Like,
Only on indie. Only on indie.
I don't even know certain indie shows you getting that off right now because they on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like I said, NWA snorting coke.
And you see the backlash they got for Storm Coke on that was on pay-per-view. Like that was real bad. That was horrible. All right, what's the last one?
And the very last one shouldn't have been done, couldn't be done today, and was just embarrassing for everyone involved.
Okay.
Triple H and Kane, the Katie Vick storyline.
Ooh.
When Triple H got in that casket,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
if you don't know what I'm talking, if you listen to this and you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not even finna say it out loud.
No.
It's embarrassing.
Mm-mm.
The ancestors will smite me just for even thinking about it. You get yourself on YouTube and you type in Triple H Katie Vick and you go watch it and you see the disgrace yourself. You have to, you gotta witness it yourself.
That should never like that shouldn't have left the idea room. You know how we talk, we have like pre-game pre-show, we talk about what we're gonna talk about and how we're gonna present the show and stuff like that. That's one of the ones that never should have left the table. Like like even I'm not even gonna talk about it. No, that's bad.
No.
And you know what? That is a perfect way to end this episode. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for. Oh my God, I do not want to think about Katie Vick anymore. All right,
I'm
so
sorry.
thank you. It's all good. Thank y'all for tuning in. You have anything to say to people before we get out of here, guys?
Have some pride in yourself, but don't be prideful. Don't be Tony Khan. Pride is a spectrum. He on the wrong end. You be on the right end.
You're right.
Tony Khan gonna find out the wrong way one of these days.
Fine line, man. What you got, Nick?
FAFO.
What did-
Okay. F around and find out.
Oh, FAF. I thought you said MAFO. Yeah.
Okay. Well, on that note, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for tuning in to 808s and Chair Shots. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And we'll be back.
Bye, y'all.
Get well soon, 12.
Yeah, John Morant. That's tough.